It's story time again, everybody. And this story time is called The Big C. Hopefully, all of you out there listening to this have never experienced being at the doctor and being told that you have cancer. Let me tell you what, that will put you on the wildest roller coaster ride you have ever been on in your life. And the whole time you're on it, you're hoping that it's not the last ride you ever take. I was one of the lucky ones. It was 22 years ago that I was in a doctor's office and I was told that I had cancer. Here, they whittled on me a piece at a time, here and there. And they talked about, well, we could do chemo, we could do this, we could do that, but it was operable. But they just didn't want to operate. And I even asked him, I said, well, if you were, I know you don't want to operate, but if you were to operate on me, hypothetically speaking, could you get it all? And the answer was always yes, no matter what doctor I went to, and I went to several. But nobody wanted to operate. And finally, I got a doctor to tell me the reason. I absolutely had the biggest temper tantrum you ever seen in your life in this doctor's office. And it worked him into a frenzy till he blurted out what the reason was. And the reason was the insurance company. He said that the insurance company says that there was too many hysterectomies being done in that geographical area. And so they weren't going to allow it. And I got mad. And I let him know right then and there that he is the doctor. The insurance company is paid by me. They do not dictate whether or not I get to live or die. They provide a service and a service they would be providing. And his job was to protect my life. And if it meant that I needed an operation in order to protect my life, get the paperwork turned in. And he said, well, I've turned it in before, but they're saying no. And I said, turn it in again. I don't mean maybe. And we went around and around and around. Finally, he said, all right, I'll turn it in. And I said, okay, you do that. And I went home. By the time I got home, of course, the insurance office was closed for the day. So the next morning, I got them on the phone. And I kind of feel sorry for the little girl that answered the phone. They have a receptionist that answers. And I knew that, she was not responsible. But, hey, she was the one answering the phone. So she took the biggest brunt of it. And I said, okay, here's who I am. Here's my insurance number. Here's this, that, and the other thing. She had all the information. I said, now you have my information pulled up there in front of you on your computer. And she said, well, yes, ma'am, I do. And I said, all right, then I want you to tell me on that paperwork that you have there on the computer, who is the pencil pusher that says that my life is not worth a quarter? And she said, well, I don't know what you mean. And I said, yes, you do. I said, because it's saying right on there how many times that my doctor has requested that I have an operation to get rid of this cancer, and who is writing the orders for it not to be done there at that insurance company. And she says, well, ma'am, what you don't understand is it has to be approved by one of our doctors. And I said, well, what you seem not to understand is I am going to one of your doctors. I have the book from the insurance company telling me what doctors that I need to go see. And she says, no, you don't understand. Your doctor that you see then turns the paperwork in here, and we have doctors here to review the case. And I said, I did not ask for any doctor there to review the case. The doctor that I'm seeing knows what is best for my health. He and I make the decisions about my health, not anybody there at your office. And you put them on the phone, and you put them on the phone now. And she says, well, ma'am, I can't do that. And I said, all right, then I want you to give them a message. Can you do that? And she says, well, yes, I can take a message. I said, You tell whoever is there marking them papers, saying that my life isn't worth saving, that they are signing my death warrant when they do that. And my doctor's sending paperwork in there, and you should receive it today, requesting that I get this operation done. And he's requesting it again for the umpteenth time. Now they're going to put a big plus sign on that, a big positive, big stamp of approval. Because if they don't, they're signing my death warrant. And if I have to go, I'm not going alone. And I know where y'all are. And you can take that any way you want to take it. But I've received enough threats from your company by turning down my doctor's orders that I've had enough. You pushed me to the brink. I said, now, do you have that straight? He said, yes, ma'am. I said, thank you very much. And I hung up. Later that day, I got a call from my doctor's office saying that they had received the paperwork faxed back to them with a stamp of approval for my hysterectomy. And that's what saved my life. So what this is all about is this. I've got several messages here for you. And one of them is that do not take a doctor's word about your health when you know what's right for you. Sometimes you have to fight because you have to remember that those doctors' offices are business. And they're not necessarily there to save your life. They're there to make money. That's their bottom line. I mean, look around when you go in there at the fancy furniture and the big fish tanks and the fancy plants and all the fancy file cabinets, all the fancy office equipment and stuff that they got in there. They didn't get that for free. They get that by charging money. So they don't want you dead, because if you're dead, they can't charge any money. They want to keep you alive just enough to keep drawing money from that insurance company or out of your pocket, depending upon how you have things set up. Sometimes you have to fight for your life. And the other message that I have for you is that it was 21 years ago. I fought for a whole year to get that hysterectomy, but it did save my life. We did get it in time, just barely in time, but we got it. And I've spent the last 21 years celebrating the fact that I'm alive. I've tried to spend the last 21 years doing good, and I can't say that I've always been successful, but I can say that I have always tried. And I've been knocked down a lot, and I've been mistreated a lot, and there have been days when I've thought, why did you fight so hard to live? Look at how hard life is. But then I pick myself up, dust myself off, and say, hey, you're here to fight another day. You're above ground, and that's more than some people can say. And I try to do good for people as much as I can. And if I see something that I think I can rectify or I think I can make better for somebody, I do it. And I would advise you all to do the same thing. Do not let your lives pass you by. Do not wake up one morning knowing that you are on your last leg and that you didn't do everything that you could to try to help. Knowing that the last thing that you said to somebody was hateful, or the last thing you said about somebody, or the last thing you did to somebody was something hateful. You don't want to go to your grave like that. You were not sent here to this planet to be a mean, hateful, hard-hearted individual. You were here to love people. You were here to do right by people. And you were here to help as much as you could. You were here to learn. And there ain't none of us that's perfect. Let me tell you what, everybody's rear end has a crack in it. And that includes you. So don't be pointing your finger at people saying, well, this one said that, and that one said this, and this one treated me this way. Hey, you point one finger at somebody else, you got four pointing back at yourself. So celebrate life. Be glad you're living. And try to do as much good as you can while you're here, because after you're gone, it's too late. Have a good day.